979 1055 KISS FM. It is Listen It's Liz, and it is Think Pink. This entire October, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month with First West Federal Credit Union, and I'm so excited to have in studio Maryrose Tucker. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How are you?
I am so good. So happy to have you in. A breast cancer survivor. Let's start at the beginning. When were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed July of 2012. I found a lump, and I called my gynecologist. She wasn't too concerned because I had found a lump 2 years before that in the exact same spot. So she thought it was, nothing.
Nothing to worry about?
Nothing to worry about. She sent me for a mammogram. From the mammogram, I went to an MRI. He sent it to the surgeon. They had actually recommended a 6-month follow-up, but my surgeon didn't like that idea, and neither did the radiologist, so they opted for a core biopsy.
Okay.
We did that, and it came back negative.
Okay.
Which, was good.
That's a good thing, yeah.
I thought it was.
You're right.
Radiologist still didn't like the results of the core biopsy and wanted the doctor to actually go in and do a regular biopsy. And I did that in July. I told all of my family I wasn't going to worry until the doctor told me he was concerned. Unfortunately, he called me and told me he was concerned.
Okay.
He called me on July 11th and told me that it was in fact cancer.
Wow.
So we did the surgery. He got it all. It was stage 1. I was very lucky.
Wow.
Chemo started in probably the end of August, beginning of September. I did 4 rounds of chemotherapy and then 33 rounds of radiation.
Wow. 33 rounds.
33 rounds. So it was fun holidays.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We went through the whole holiday season. It was quite the journey.
It sounds it. And the thing with yours is that, you felt something and you knew to call.
Yes.
And do you have, is there breast cancer in your family? Or
my mother had breast cancer, but she was postmenopausal, so they don't relate my breast cancer to hers.
Okay. But did that make you, think about things? Or is it just, you felt it, you were like, no, I know what I'm supposed to do, and it's to call the doctor?
I did. I felt it, and I didn't really do consistent self-breastfeeding. You remember it, oh, yeah, maybe I'll do this, and then you forget about it for a few months. And I was actually lucky that I just happened to do it that time, and I felt something. But again, I wasn't worried because I knew 2 years prior to that, I had felt the same thing in the same spot. And I thought, it's probably just, just nothing. But knowing that my mother had breast cancer, and I was relatively young, I just called right away, and
that journey kind of happened. You said when the doctor called and said that he was concerned. That was when you decided you were going to be concerned, right? That was
yes,
yes. And once that moment happened, how did your family react? Who became your support system?
My sisters. I have 2 sisters. My daughters.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter was in North Carolina at the time, and my youngest daughter was here. So I was actually not going to tell them in the beginning.
Keep a secret.
I had discussed it with my husband, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to tell them anything because I don't want them to get nervous. And he said, you can't do that. If it comes back and you've got cancer, they're going to kill you.
And so they were your support system then, huh?
They were all my support system. Daughter Tiffany, my youngest daughter, came with me to all of my appointments. She was there when I had the surgery done. My daughter Amber would actually make me Skype with her every night because she did not trust that I was telling her the whole truth. She thought I was hiding things from her.
After she heard that, she was like, she's going to tell me everything. But that just shows that your support system was there and very positive.
I don't know how people make it without a support system.
So far what I've learned is that you don't even realize how thoughtful or how everybody can just work with you. I think everyone initially thinks when you first get that reaction of you have breast cancer, you think that everything's just going to stop, and that's not the case. Everybody was there for you.
They were, and I didn't want I didn't want anything to stop. People would say, oh, you shouldn't be working, you should stay home and relax. And I thought, if I stay home, the only thing I'm going to think about is the fact that I have cancer. And it's just going to depress me. So if I stay working and stay active and keep my life as normal as possible, then it's not going to affect me as much.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it did. Like I said, between my support system and everybody around me, I got through it all, and here I am.
You're telling your story, which is what I love, and it's so important. And that's why I think Pink this October with KISS, I thought it was very important to be able to tell your story and tell stories of survivors because, people just don't know. And the importance of just doing a self-check.
Right.
check. So, making strides against breast cancer, the walk.
Yes.
How many years have you been doing that?
12 years.
12 years.
We actually started when my mother was diagnosed 20 years ago.
We have Maryrose Tucker in studio, breast cancer survivor for Think Pink. If you want to learn more about Maryrose's story, it's all going to be up at cnykiss.com. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And doing this. It means the world to have you on the show. And everybody make sure you keep thinking pink. You keep thinking